Hi, Scott Orling with Cinema Magazine. This is the first time I've ever done an interview while at an event. Greetings from Rome, Italy. And who better to share this experience with than Gwyneth Paltrow for the movie Marty Supreme? I'm really fascinated that in this case, an actor is playing an actor. And I love that particular scene where you're backstage in the theater and it gets a little volatile because things aren't going that way. How close do moments like that hit home? Are they real?
Oh my gosh. Absolutely. And it's funny, it reminded me of doing Shakespeare in Love, which is all behind the scenes and actors. And when Jeffrey Rush in that movie always said, like, it's going to work out. I don't know, how it's a mystery. I think over and over again, when you're doing a play or a film, you think, oh my gosh, are we gonna pull this off? Are we gonna get the shot before the sun sets? Like everything can go wrong. And then somehow in the end, it always works out.
I love the moment where you're taken to your very first table tennis match, and it's quite an interesting sports, visual for you. But I'm curious, besides that particular moment, what's the coolest sporting event you've ever got to sit through?
Ooh, good question. It's funny. I remember going to visit my cousin when he was at Cornell University, and he took me to my first ever hockey game, ice hockey. And I was so like taken aback by the speed of it and all the school spirit. And that remains like the most fun live sport event that I ever went to.
But so while we're on the subject of sporting events, how have you ever played table tennis and ping pong? I mean, is it something that you're fairly proficient at, or did you learn a new appreciation going through this movie?
I sadly am not a table tennis champion by any means. We have a ping pong table, and sometimes, especially when the kids were younger, we used to play some ping pong, and then probably at some point it turned into beer pong, and then that was about the end of it.
What I really appreciate about this movie is for so many years we've seen older men with younger women, and anything else, and is kind of looked upon differently. And this very normalized it. This just I didn't was not conscious that there was an age difference. These were two people that just had a spark, that had a kinetic energy.
Thank you. I'm thrilled that you saw it that way. That's how, it felt to me that this young man really reignites something in Kay that I think she felt was long gone. And even though she understands that it's transactional and he's not in love with her, she kind of drinks in that spark that they have. And, for a minute there, it looks like she might have, a different life path.
Well, as always, first of all, welcome back. It is a pleasure to see you again. I know your business venture is doing well too, but just to share with you part of the experience, this is the
Oh, wow.
that's the premiere.
Amazing.
This is the white carpet here. Anyway,
That's
I'm
so
sure
cool.
if I see Brunello, I'll send along your best.
Please
As
do. If you
always,
see if you see Carolina Cuccinelli, she's a really good friend of mine. So please send her a big hug and kiss from me.
I will do that. I will do. As always, Gwyneth, it is such a pleasure. The movie again is Marty Supreme, and this is Scott. Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.